All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about a drill that I did and I learned kind of later in my professional career that really helped me maximize the adjustability of my swing. Right here, adjustability is king. And the reason is obviously we're always training bat speed. If you're in the weight room, if you're hitting a lot during the week and you're using some weighted bats, different weighted bats, that bat speed is going to develop. But what we want is not just bat speed, but barrel accuracy. And barrel adjustability. I mean, can you manipulate the barrel in multiple phases of your swing? Meaning at the last second, can you kind of break the wrist just to put the ball in play? Can you do it to foul a pitch off? Can you really bring your hands in to fight off a pitch? And I think that's kind of what's not being focused on right now with a lot of hitters. There are some guys out there that do a great job, but there's a lot out there that just kind of tell kids, hey, get as much bat speed as you possibly can, and you're going to be successful. Reality is, the faster your bat speed, the more breaks you need. Are you able to stop rotation? Are you able to stop as fast as possible on off speed? Can you buy time on the front side? Hitting is a multifaceted thing, and to simplify it down to, which is get as much bat speed as you possibly can. There are some guys who that'll work for who have good barrel manipulation and barrel adjustability. But the guys that don't, it could just make them kind of swing and miss monsters like you see all across baseball right now. So, first I want to go over, guys, like what's the purpose of a drill? What should be the focus of a drill and what makes a good drill? One, a drill is obviously something where you're not just hitting BP. That's more game-like. A drill is something where you're constrained in a certain way, whether that's, if you have a guy who's got directional issues, whether you put that front leg in front of him because he's a guy that flies open on his front side. A lot of people, and even some old school guys, will laugh at a drill like this. But if you have a guy that's constantly flying open, and again, he doesn't have that anti-rotation, he can't put the brakes on, he's going to be coming out and around a lot of pitches and losing a lot of plate coverage and everything because he doesn't have the brakes for the bat speed he's got. You put that guy in a closed stance and tell him to hit everything back up the middle, that's going to start training his body to quit rotating. This is why you see guys with the scissor move. I never recommend guys using a scissor intentionally. I never train to use that. It is just something that your body will naturally do if you're trying to stop rotation and stay on a pitch. So this closing off allows you to you can't rotate that far. You cannot over-rotate when your body's closed off like that. Again, it's a drill. You're constrained for a reason to achieve a certain objective. So this drill isn't like that. And again, this is one where I liked it so much I actually changed my stance completely because of it. But in this drill, pretty much every hitter, you're going to start with just the bat vertical right here. And right in front of your chest, not far back here, not way too far forward, even though I have seen guys do that. But the reason this constraint is so good is because a lot of us have trouble, one, loading properly, knowing how to load. I mean, I see a lot of guys getting taught to do this. I mean, the reality is this: if you're taught to do this, now that's more ground you got to cover coming around. Do a lot of guys do that? Yeah, it's fine. But exaggerating it like this, that's going to cause some issues. Whereas if you're just in that kind of tight zone right here with a slight angle, that's fine. So we start here, and really the goal is whoever's throwing you BP. I don't like underhand toss because you're never going to face underhand toss in the game for the most part unless you're facing a submarine guy. And so you want either a guy sitting on a bucket throwing it overhand, or you want just a guy throwing normal BP. You got your hands right here, bat in front of you, completely vertical, and you're not thinking about loading at all. You're not thinking about anything with your hands. You're just striding towards the pitch and then turning. And you see how my bat naturally just gets on plane almost immediately? I wasn't even thinking about turning my hands. Watch. The bat has to fall back into the slot. This is why I like this drill so much, is because, guys, I've talked to you guys about this a bunch, but we can kind of illustrate this with some marking on the whiteboard here. Top of the zone pitch, let's say this is the strike zone right here, and this is the hitter right here. Top of the zone pitch, your swing, if this is a bat, is going to be more horizontal. That's just the reality. Bottom of the zone pitch, that bat is going to be more vertical, okay? And then anything in between. So what we have to be able to do as hitters is our bat path and our plane has to be able to adjust to a high fastball, a low fastball, a low breaking ball, etc. And what this does, because you're not thinking about your load and getting to a certain, because look, think about this. If I load in a super horizontal position, it's going to be really tough to change that bat angle now. If I load in a super vertical position and it's flat top of the zone, this bat can fall as I'm turning and I can flatten out. It's much harder to start from here and then get more vertical. Much harder. So that's the reason I like the vertical bat, is because it allows that adjustability in bat plane and your bat path. Again, if it's vertical and if it's a bottom of the zone pitch and you're in a vertical position, you're not going to get as flat back here. You're not going to get as flat back here, so you can get on plane quicker with the lower pitch as well. This is why I like this drill so much. Again, in this drill, guys, whoever's throwing you the BP, tell them throw it top of the zone, throw it bottom of the zone, middle of the zone, inside out. And again, your goal, I'm not thinking about anything with my hands. I'm not thinking about throwing my hands. I'm not thinking about loading back. I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just tracking the pitch, and I'm turning my lower half. Once I hit front foot strike, I'm just turning my lower half and letting my lower half pull the bat into the zone. Again, this is a drill. This is not what you have to do in the game. I ended up going to that stance because I thought it felt so good. But this is about training your body and your bat path to be adjustable, okay? Let me know what you think about it, guys. If any questions you have, put it in the comments. Again, remember, vertical bat right in front of your chest, gonna create that adjustability, BP top, bottom, inside out, fastballs. Let your body naturally react to the pitch, turn that lower half and let that pull the bat through the zone. And then obviously so it's a great drill to warm up into your normal BP. If you end up loving it and that's what you want to do, go ahead. There's a lot of players doing it now because I think it is, out of all the locations of your barrel pre-pitch, it allows for the most adjustability, because I can go from right here to all the way here, and it's just going to fall back, and you're going to create that kind of spiral staircase that guys talk about in elite bat paths. Okay. All right, guys. Like I said, any questions, let me know in the comments, and we'll be back again with another video tomorrow. All right. Stay tuned.